koala saved from an Australian wildfire, and WNMU hold a red sweater event.
Later, weather with Maya Kurth and sports with Mike Banks. Hi, I'm Devontae Stein.
And I'm Joseph Sigourney, and welcome to Public Eye News. WNMU TV is hosting a red sweater event to promote the Marquette premiere of Fred Rogers' biographical drama, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks. The event will take place Friday, November 22nd at the Thomas Theater Group in Marquette. Those interested are encouraged to arrive dressed in their favorite red sweaters or cardigans. Door prizes and cookies will be provided. WNMU TV staff will be at the theater starting at 5:30 p.m. to meet and greet people in advance of the show. Public TV 13 broadcaster Bob Thompson states, quote, "The staff at WNMU TV want to support the release of the film by greeting Mr. Rogers fans and celebrate what this great man did for children all over the world," end quote. One store in Escanaba is giving back to our troops by collecting very needed donations. Shoe Sensation is holding its annual Socks for Troops fundraiser. It is a program where the store collects socks and shoelaces that will be donated to service members and veterans. At the store, customers will receive 20% off socks that are donated. Community members are also able to bring new socks at the store. Shoe Sensation offers military-approved socks for purchase on site. The fundraiser began November 1st and runs to the end of the year.
An Alpena man sentencing for second-degree murder will stand under ruling by Michigan Court of Appeals. Back in June of 2016, Alfred Sario shot and killed his 29-year-old stepdaughter. Following that, he turned the rifle on himself in a failed suicide attempt. Sario now has permanent throat damage from the attempt. In August 2017, Sario was convicted and sentenced to serve a concurrent sentence of 25 to 40 years for second-degree murder, and then a 7 to 40-year sentence for the intentional discharge of a firearm and dwelling causing death. Sario challenged this, and the appeal courts disagreed in a ruling released on Tuesday. Twin brothers from Republic have been arrested on drug charges following a car crash in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. Sheriffs and EMS personnel were notified at 6:14 a.m. two men were fighting outside of a parked car on the I-43 off-ramp. Only 9 minutes later, at 6:23 a.m., personnel was notified the same car has been involved in a rollover crash on I-43. 29-year-old Emily LaPointe of Iron River was a passenger in the vehicle. She was ejected during the crash and pronounced dead on scene. Corey Knepp and his twin Tyler Knepp were transported to Aurora Bay Medical Care for non-life-threatening injuries. Both brothers were arrested for possession of drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, both repeat offenders, as well as disorderly conduct. The initial fight and cause of crash are still under investigation.
Michigan Department of Natural Resources conservation officers in Gaylord are seeking information about a bull elk that was poached in the Pigden River section of Vanderbilt in Otsego County. A large bull elk carcass was located near Ford Lake Road. Concerned citizens found the elk Monday and contacted local conservation officers. Officers suspect that the elk was killed Saturday or Sunday. Anyone with information regarding this poaching incident can contact the DNR Customer Service Center in Gaylord at 989-732-3541 or call the 24-hour Report All Poaching hotline. Information can be left anonymously. Monetary rewards are available for information that leads to the arrest of the violators. A father and son were arrested after police say they illegally hunted deer on the University of Houston Clear Lake campus. Police said they caught Shane Strickland and his 39 and his son Reed Strickland, 18, on Monday after someone reported seeing a deer blind in deer corn at an on-campus nature trail. Officers said they found the two men after they had just killed a deer with a crossbow. Shane and Reed are now out of jail on a $1,000 personal bond. Campus police said that Shane and Reed had no affiliation with the school and that the faculty and students were not in any danger. And stay tuned, because after this break, we'll be back with international and national news.
Being a bear takes a wide array of abilities to overcome life's obstacles. From finding food to raising a family. But bears have also found a way into our world. And with the next generation learning by example, their contact with us could be their biggest hurdle yet.
Tonight at 8 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. 2 U.S. service members were killed on Wednesday when their helicopter crashed in Afghanistan. The U.S. military released a statement saying the cause of the crash is under investigation, but the preliminary reports do not indicate it was caused by enemy fire. On the contrary, the Taliban have claimed to have shot down the helicopter in eastern Logar province, causing many fatalities. Taliban spokesman Zabullah Mahad said in a statement to media that they downed a U.S. Chinook helicopter at around 1 a.m. during fighting. The U.S. military dismissed the Taliban claim as false. Wednesday's crash brought the number of U.S. deaths in Afghanistan this year to 19. More than 2,400 Americans have died in the nearly 18-year war. The U.S. military statement added that the names of the service members killed in action are being withheld until 24 hours after the family is notified. The Australian woman who was seen in a viral video using her shirt to rescue a koala from a wildfire visited the bear today at an animal hospital. Riley Carlson has details of the reunion.
Good morning.
It's a relief-filled reunion after a dramatic rescue.
Give us a hug. Oh, thank you.
Australian hospital workers are giving Tony Doherty a hero's welcome for saving the life of this koala bear. He's now named Lewis after one of Doherty's 7 grandkids.
I could just see those really sharp teeth that you bit me with.
Just 24 hours earlier, the bear was caught in a dangerous wildfire. Lewis had nowhere to go to escape the flames.
He had flames on his back legs, so I just covered him with my t-shirt, managed to get him off the tree, and it was so hot.
Dousing him with water and giving him something to drink, she then wrapped him up and brought him to the koala hospital.
I knew if we didn't get him down from the tree, then he would have been up there amongst the flames.
So he's got really badly burnt hands and feet. He's got burns under his arms, his nose is burnt.
Even still, Lewis may be one of the lucky ones. 14 koalas injured in Australia's fires this month have been brought here for treatment. Officials fear as many as 350 died at a nature reserve.
So it's pretty devastating. It's going to have a major impact on the populations of koalas in this region.
Lewis may be able to help with that. He could soon join a breeding program because he's too badly burned to be released back into the wild. Riley Carlson, CBS News.
Ambassador Gordon Sondland told House impeachment investigators Wednesday that he worked with Rudy Giuliani on Ukraine at the express direction of President Donald Trump and pushed for political quid pro quo. Sondland, the most highly anticipated witness in the public impeachment probe, made clear that he believed Trump was pursuing his desire for political investigations in return for an Oval Office meeting that the Eastern European nation's new president sought to bolster his alliance with the West. Trump has insisted he did nothing wrong in his dealings with Ukraine, casting the impeachment inquiry as only politically motivated effort to push him from office. Speaking to reporters outside the White House on Wednesday, he said he wanted nothing from the Ukrainians and did not seek a quid pro quo. He has also distanced himself from Sondland, a major donor to his inauguration. A court hearing is underway right now in Puerto Rico for the grandfather of a toddler who died after falling from a cruise ship window. Salvatore Anello is charged with negligent homicide in the death of an 18-month-old Chloe Wiegand. The little girl fell more than 100 feet back in July when Anello lifted her up the window while the ship was docked in San Juan. The family's attorney says Anello thought the window was closed, but it was actually open. Our lead national correspondent, David Bignad, is at the courthouse in San Juan.
More than 4.5 months after Chloe Wiegand fell to her death aboard this Royal Caribbean cruise ship, the little girl's family is shocked that Puerto Rican prosecutors are holding her grandfather, Salvatore Anello, responsible.
The family's really not doing well. I think they're really devastated by the fact that these charges have been filed and that this case continues to go forward.
What are they shocked by?
They're shocked because they think it's groundless. They certainly didn't want charges to be filed.
Michael Winkleman is the family's attorney. He is not representing the grandfather in the criminal case. He says despite the wishes of the family, Puerto Rican prosecutors are pushing forward. The reason? Winkleman says the accident, as he calls it, was caught on surveillance camera. And although he thinks the grandfather is not criminally responsible, the prosecutors may be seeing something else.
You have to assume that it shows something that really led the Puerto Rican authorities to believe that there was a criminal offense. So clearly there's something in that video.
That video has not been released by prosecutors, who accuse the grandfather of negligence, saying his behavior caused the 18-month-old to fall nearly 150 feet to a concrete deck below. And for that reason, Chloe's family points the finger at Royal Caribbean, accusing the cruise liner of creating a fatal safety hazard. And now they're planning to sue. Winkleman says the little girl's grandfather, he believes, has already been punished enough.
I think this was a tragic mistake. It will haunt him forever, and there's just really no reason for charges to have been filed.
And after this break, Maya Kurth will be there with weather and Mike Banks with sports.
If we look around the world, there are about 7,000 to 8,000 distinct languages, but we're losing our linguistic diversity at a really alarming rate.
Within the language are values and traditions and history and ways of life, and without that, we lose all of that.
Everyone wants to see how our children are going to balance 2 languages and still be successful with the English-speaking world.
Thursday night at 10 on WNMU TV.
This is Maya Kurth, your weather forecast today. Currently, we're looking at the NMU sky cam. It's cloudy. Classes are winding down for the day. Moving to our current conditions. 43 degrees, southwest winds at 6 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is going to be 30.08 inches and falling. This evening, we're going to have some rain, low of 36 degrees, south winds at 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a snow-rain mix, high of 41 degrees, and west-northwest winds at 22 miles per hour. And moving to the Upper Peninsula on the eastern side of the state, 39 degrees in Sault Ste. Marie, 41 in Manistee, 42 in Escanaba, and 40 in Menominee. Moving to the western side of the state in Iron Mountain, 40 in Ironwood, 40 in Houghton, and 43 back in Marquette, and pretty cloudy as you can see throughout the UP. Looking ahead on Friday, we'll have a high of 35 degrees, low of 28 and sunny. Saturday, a high of 42, low of 29 and sunny. And Sunday, a high of 41, low of 32, and partly cloudy. And as the clouds are coming back into the forecast, I heard Carmelo Anthony's coming back into the NBA, Mike.
Yes, he has. Today, we start with the return of an NBA superstar, as Carmelo Anthony has made his debut last night as a Portland Trailblazer. The Trailblazers have been battling injuries all season, so they decided to take a chance with Anthony. Anthony played 23 minutes, scoring 10 points, shooting 4 for 14 on the floor. He also had 4 rebounds. He played in the NBA. He played his last game in the NBA on November 8th of 2018 with the Houston Rockets. This will be Anthony's 17th season in the NBA. The Blazers' next game will be against the Milwaukee Bucks. Next, we have LeBron James making history with being the first player ever to post a triple-double against every team in the NBA. James had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in the Lakers' 112-107 victory over the Thunder at Staples Center last night. James has 5 triple-doubles in the Lakers' last 10 games. He ranks 5th of all time triple-doubles leading board. When asked about his achievement, James said, "I don't really know what to think about it." LeBron and the Lakers continue their dominating season with an 11-2 record, and their next game will be at Oklahoma City as they will face the Thunder again Friday at 8 p.m. Moving on to the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts will be facing the Houston Texans for Thursday night football. The Colts are 6-4, being led by quarterback Jacob Brissett. In the last game, they beat the Jaguars, and they look to continue their win streak. While the Texans look to move past their devastating loss to the Ravens last week, the Texans are now 6-4. They are led by their MVP candidate quarterback Deshaun Watson. Last time these two teams played each other, the Colts were the winners 21-7.
So what you think about Carmelo Anthony coming back to the league?
I think it's a good move.
You do? I think if he can come off the bench and if he can help the younger guys find their roles in the league, kind of be a mentor, that they could do a really nice job and push them into the postseason. But that's all the time we have today in Public Eye News. I'm Devontae Stein.
I'm Mike Banks.
Have a good night.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.